What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another video. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about a little issue that we've been having with the truck that I believe is fixed and kind of some upcoming plans for it. Get this thing running. It's sitting in the sun and it's 95 degrees here, so it's hotter than hell. The truck doesn't have AC, of course, so there's part of the issue right there that we're having. Good to know that it's already happening today. So, recently, my truck has decided that it isn't going to do what it needs to do with the glow plugs. Which is really starting to cause an issue for me, and I don't know how to fix it. So, the truck did get registered the other day. We got new plates, everything for it. So, let's kind of talk for a minute about what's going on with the truck. So, a little while back, I was driving it around, and I pull into a Stewart's parking lot about 3 or 4 days ago. Pull into a Stewart's parking lot, turn the truck off. Truck had been running for about 20-25 minutes, and pull into Stewart's parking lot, turn the truck off, go inside, grab something to drink, come back out, and the truck, glow plug light came on just like it's supposed to. Everything does pretty much what it's supposed to, except wait for the beeping to stop, put clutch in, turn the key, and it cranks and cranks and cranks and cranks and cranks and won't start. Right here, when I started right now, right in the beginning of this video, I went to start it, and it cranked, glow plug light never came on. Now, mind you, I give it a little bit of leeway on that because it was sitting in the sun, and the edge is definitely warm from that. But to me, it should still have that light pop on. Still have the glow plugs go because the engine isn't warm yet. I've never had this happen before. And so, to me, it's kind of weird on how the glow plugs aren't doing what they need to do. And so inevitably, I'm getting a little worried on the fact that, yeah, it's hot, yeah, the truck's running fine. And once it's on, it's fine. But once you turn it off, it's that weird, sketchy feeling of, is it going to start again? And I don't like having that feeling because I need to know that this thing's going to be reliable when I drive it around further than I already have. And so, I'm very hesitant now to bring it very far because I don't know how it's going to, when it's going to start, how it's going to start, whatever. And so, a couple days ago, I put a new glow plug controller into it. And it was fine for a few days. It was actually working a lot better. And then now, about 2 days ago, the glow plugs just stopped turning on when I would start the truck. The glow plug light wouldn't even turn on. Just the water and fuel light would. And so I'm like, okay, it's hot, so it's sitting in the sun. It's fine. But it's still a little, scary how it's not even turning on. It's, the glow plugs are brand new last fall. Glow plugs are brand new last fall. And a brand new glow plug controller. Which to me means, hey, it should be fine, right? But it isn't for some reason. It also hasn't kicked out from high idle yet, and it's 100 degrees outside. It's just really odd to me that it's 100 degrees outside and it still hasn't freaking kicked down. But yeah, so kind of a scary situation, but I wanted to update you guys. It's new glow plug controller just went in the truck. Or glow plug relay, not glow plug controller. But I do know that the glow plug controllers do go bad in these trucks, so that is definitely a scary thought of mine that is happening. And so, pretty much the truck's doing all right. Obviously, it's besides that, but it's registered on the road, inspected, it passed inspection, it's doing good. It runs flawlessly, once you get it started, obviously. And so, I think it just kicked out from idle. Yeah, there we go. So, it's doing pretty good. Did an MPG test in it the other day. I didn't go too far, but it was all city mileage. I drive the way that I drive, and I averaged, I think it wasn't that big of a drive, but, I did about 50 miles in it, or something like that. A solid, 50 or 60 miles, and only used about 4 gallons. All city. And then the day that I did the MPG test on it, I did, I don't even know how many miles, and got 20 miles to the gallon. And so it was at 19.4 miles to the gallon, actually, which was honestly fantastic. I was not expecting that at all out of this truck. I thought we were going to be getting 9 or 10, especially in the city, but it was sitting at 19 miles to the gallon, 19.2 or 19.4, which was amazing. So definitely some stuff I wasn't expecting, but that's kind of what is going on with it. So then, one final thing that it's time to talk to you about. I want to put a dump insert in the bed of my truck. So, many of y'all know this truck is going to be used for work. It's going to be used for working purposes, pulling around landscaping trailer, pulling around an enclosed trailer in the future, pulling around, lawn equipment, landscaping equipment, all that stuff. And it's going to be a work truck. That was the main intention of this truck. Intention of this truck. Now, obviously, I've hit a slight change of plans due to the fact that I realized how hot this thing gets when it doesn't have AC and it's 100 degrees out, especially when it sits in one spot in the sun. But driving, it's actually not bad. Driving around, obviously right now I'm not going very fast, so it's not the nicest to ride in, but driving around in this thing is honestly not terrible. You hit 40 miles an hour, 40, 50 miles an hour in this thing. It doesn't use that much fuel, which is amazing. And, it's not too hot in here. Obviously I got both windows open, both vent windows open, and the foot vents open, but that's all I got to do. I'm not going to complain too much. So, looked at a dump insert for 8-foot dump insert. And I think that's kind of the route that we're going. I was looking at maybe buying a dump truck and keeping this thing as, project vehicle, not working with it or whatever. But with the situation that I have, storage and, having 2 whole different trucks just to me doesn't scream needed. As well as the inevitable fact of the point of this truck was to be a work truck for my lawn and landscaping business. Kind of step myself different from the rest. And if I were to buy another truck to put a dump truck to do the actual business side of things, it would kind of defeat the fact of owning this truck. And I think you guys have realized by this point, I am not selling this truck. So, it's definitely an interesting dilemma that I'm at right now. Tell me what you guys think, though, for a dump insert, because honestly, I don't see it as too bad of an idea. I mean, obviously, the only thing I see with it that may happen is the need for new rear springs. Maybe bigger springs, maybe like 1-ton springs, or dually springs, whatever, to go into this thing. But besides that, I don't see this as I don't see it as too big of a deal. Oh my God, dude, it's a red light. Morons. So yeah, I'm kind of, oh shit. shit. I'm not even on my side of the road. My bad, homie. I didn't mean it. I forget sometimes that there's other people on the road that aren't me around my area. So anyway, I think that's kind of the route that we're going to go with is, dump insert in it. But yeah, so even now I'm driving it around, not going fast, not going far, but air's coming through it, and it's not ungodly hot. I mean, it's not like the new truck, the truck that I'm using now for mowing and everything, where you've got AC blasting and you're pretty much freezing in it. It's not going to be that, but it's not going to be terrible. And the truck has, now I found a pretty cool document the other day about this thing, which was a factory spec book for all the different engines, the transmissions, rear axle ratios, and everything. So if you guys don't know, that the 6.2 diesel paired with 6.2 NA diesel, naturally aspirated diesel, not turbo, nothing, naturally aspirated, connected to a 4-speed stick shift, which really isn't a 4-speed, it's 3-speed with a granny low. So you only have really 3 usable gears. I don't know what this guy's doing, but he's sitting in the middle of the road. And then it's attached to a, I don't know what you're doing, buddy, but I'm just going to go by you, because sitting in the middle of the road like an idiot. And it's and then 373 rear axle ratio. So this truck's actually pretty much geared to have good fuel economy, and back then that's exactly what it was built for. But the only issue with it is it's 2-wheel drive. That's my only problem with it. It's really not an issue though if you know how to drive it. You put enough weight in the back, so I can't complain too much, right? So we're gonna continue building it. Probably end up putting a dump insert in it, which will provide all the weight that we need to make this thing bite, especially in some rough conditions in the winter. Because once those dump beds go in these things, they don't tend to come out unless you want to have a hell of a time. So I think that's gonna be the next step, is a dump insert for this thing. So that's everything pretty much I got for you guys today. That's kind of a quick update on it. I'm going to keep you guys updated on the glow plug issue that we are having at the moment. I don't really know what's going on with it or why it's doing it, but it's definitely got to get figured out soon. But we're going to stop up here. I'll turn the truck off and see if we can get it started again, because once it's running, it's usually all right. Let's see. So go right here. Turn it off. Let it sit for a second, and you guys can see. So see how the glow plug light doesn't even come on? So it'll start. Actually seemed like it was excessively quiet that time I started. But, it starts, but it's really weird that glow plug light doesn't even turn on anymore. To a point where I'm getting scared that the glow plug controller is going bad in this truck, or has gone bad in this truck, which is not fully out of this world type problem to have with it, because these trucks, if you guys don't know, the 6.2 diesels, do have glow plug controller issues. But, you know, I didn't really see that as a problem with this one, but maybe it is. So that could be the next thing is, you know, a new glow plug controller. And so that's kind of where we're going with it. And yeah, so we're going to drive back around, park the truck, and then end the video for you guys. I appreciate y'all tuning in again. Make sure you like and subscribe. And if you want more truck content, we got a lot of stuff coming. We've got, you know, we've got an entire interior build coming up very, very soon as I get this whole engine problem figured out, because I want it reliable before I make it comfortable, you know what I mean? But so the guy that's complaining about it being super hot inside is going to do something that's, you know, going to look a lot better than it's going to function, which is all black interior. Which consists of black seat, the black door panels, the black kick panels, new black carpet with insulation, as well as a black rear cab carpet, as well as a black upholstery, black cloth headliner. And then the entire dash and under dash are going to stay red to keep that factory part of it in there. And then this is going to get cleaned up. We're going to do a new radio put in. That's going to be a classic car stereo radio, which is a factory body with all the new components, AUX, Bluetooth, all that good stuff. We're also going to do new speakers throughout the entire thing. Probably do a new steering wheel, just because this one's, you know, old and kind of crappy. You know, clean everything up, get rid of all the old stuff that's kind of wore out, and put some new stuff in it. And yeah, that's pretty much kind of where we're going from here. So I appreciate y'all tuning in again, and yeah, thank y'all for watching. See you on the next one. Make sure to like and subscribe. Bye.